Everything moving forward will be a choice, and ignorance is going to be a choice. If you want to be ignorant and take the inoculation or take any vaccine, go ahead and do it. If you want to be ignorant and still vote for somebody like Kamala, that's going to be your choice to do it. I'm just saying. But anyway, moving forward, we go to William real quick, and then we got Truth up here to probably ask a couple questions. And then Scorpio, you can see that video up. And I'd like to give a public shout out to Turtle. And Turtle's wife's birthday is today. So happy birthday, Miss Turtle. We sending you positive vibes over there. We love you. Anyway, go ahead, William. How you doing?
Hi, thank you, Patriot, and happy birthday, Turtle's wife. So I had a question for Christian. When I was listening to him, he said, Kanye's problem was that he didn't have the infrastructure, and so I think he was saying that Elon will also kind of suffer the same. And I didn't quite catch on to what he was saying because later on he really went into it, nailed it home. But my question at the time was, well, wait a second. Trump was a business guy. I think he studied economics, and then Elon is also a business guy. So maybe this is where Elon would have the strength. But then Christian went again and went more in depth and explained how the infrastructure is really necessary. The infrastructure is already in place just on a what district by district basis. And so now I have a new question. Uh, what if Elon went after the infrastructure itself instead of trying to get individual minds to follow him to actually like kind of target the people in charge of those infrastructures? I don't know much about politics, but I thought you could speak on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. And I'll give another example. When Trump ran for office earlier on in earlier years, before he ran in 2016, he was trying to run as I think it was a Reform Party candidate. He didn't have infrastructure. So when Trump came along in 2015 and he ran again for president, he ran as a Republican candidate inside the GOP. He he went around to a number of churches and organizations, pastors, a bunch of people. He he worked his way through the GOP. He became a candidate. Then he got on. He was able to get into the mix of the Iowa caucuses and some of the fairs that they had going on. Then he was able to be successful in the straw poll. He got in the top two, I believe, and then finally the debate stage. So while he did all of those things, he did it under the GOP, where there is current infrastructure. So his first, and I think he ran even I thought he ran more than once prior to 2015 or 2016. So his first attempt or attempts, he did it without infrastructure and he failed. He did it again in 2016, and boom, he gets into office.
So
So that's really the difference.
so now my question to you is like do you think Elon do you think it's just impossible to create a third party? Do you think you really have to piggyback on one party and maybe try to change it from the inside out?
Right now, based on the state laws and statutes on signature requirements, on ballot access, um, because of all those different variables, you if you are, and let's say that he's successful. Okay, he expends a ton of energy solving ballot access and signature requirements and getting candidates in specific congressional districts that he wants candidates in, and so he's got all that done. Now now the real campaign starts. So now he's got to have boots on the ground. He has to have people in counties, in towns, in parishes. he's got to do the work that Trump did. He's got to take a and I don't mean an actual Don Jr., but think of a equivalent. So I see Scaramucci is his wants to talk to him. Mark Cuban wants to talk to him. So now suddenly Elon has 10 surrogates. Well, yeah, he can probably get 10 surrogates, but what is he going to get after those surrogates? Is he going to get people underneath those surrogates? Or how is he going to position himself throughout those areas, through those counties and those districts to be able to have a real ground game? Because he's not going to do it just based off of robocalls, mailers, and campaign signs. That's not enough. You need to actually make contact, voter engagement. You have to talk to people, and you have to be able to speak in a room, have a speech, sit on a town hall, answer questions, do interviews. And you could even say that these were things that Kamala Harris failed to do. Kamala Harris, she ran as excuse me, she didn't run. She was appointed. She skipped the primary process in 2024. So she skipped the whole process, didn't do all of the work. And again, this is a part of why doing the work and having the ground game matters, because you have people who are already up to speed, up to par with your platform, your policy. They already have some of your literature. They already have some of your campaign material. Boom. You get past the primary. Boom. You're ready for the general election. If you don't have that, you don't have a viable campaign.
I think I'm totally sold now. I mean, like, really, I'm totally sold. I think you're right. I think that you have two sides, and they can mold, they can change, they can go left and right, and adapt to the situation, but at least you have still a choice that way. And I think that uh, going off of the that's already in place is going against that and trying to start over fresh. I think that's probably not good. Do you think that Elon is maybe naive, that he got up in there and he thought he was going to cut things out and then things were going to just go wonderful? And like I wouldn't expect that I think we all know that there's always like give and take between the left and the right. They're like, well, when they pass a bill, it's like, well, we'll give you this part, but we want this part, and we'll give you, and it's you have to haggle. And I think he just thought that everything was going to go exactly the way we wanted.
Yeah, he's new in politics. And so, like I said, he was in the White House, he was behind the scenes, he was inside both chambers, US House, US Senate. He looked through all the agencies, he saw all the waste, fraud, and abuse. He had the negotiations and the conversations. And so he saw all those things. He saw the lobbyists, he saw the interest groups, everything. Well, the problem is he didn't look at the GOP infrastructure. He only looked at the government, but he didn't look at the political power. The political power doesn't reside at the government. The political power resides inside the people. The people, as by nature, per our First Amendment, we assemble, we create groups, we coalesce together, and we form coalitions and political parties. So instead of him going to Washington, D.C. and starting Doge, instead of him doing that, he should have gotten, I mean, submerged into the GOP. He should have taken all his tech tech bros and tech geniuses and started to literally dissect and pick apart the GOP from the inside out. Make some alliances with people who are inside the GOP. Find the most important counties, which I actually Now that I think about it, I suggested this back in 2024 and 2023. I said what needs to happen is, and I think this has something to do with getting rid of McCarthy. I was saying, look, if you all want to get rid of McCarthy so bad, why don't you let's make a list of 5 or 10 members in the U.S. House, Republicans, and grab all their GOP committees and then start going through these committees and find out how many vacancies there are, how many open seats there are. Then everybody get together and come up with a plan to fill those seats. And once you fill those seats, by the time re-election rolls around, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, 2026, you'll be in the perfect position to get that person out of office. But we don't want delayed gratification. We always want everything now. We don't want to do the work, as I said. Thank you.
Did you okay, let's go to Reaper real quick and then Truth. And then wait, Turtle first. Turtle had his hand up. Turtle, go ahead. My bad. Go
Happy
ahead,
birthday,
Turtle.
Mrs. Turtle.
Go ahead, Turtle. Turtle. Okay, there.
Hey, I wasn't by my phone. That's why I put my hand down. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I was in here since 11 o'clock requesting. I was wondering why y'all was mad at me and wouldn't let me up here. I guess nobody could see me in the damn room again. They're playing that on me. Hadn't happened in a while. But I appreciate the wishes for the wifey. I'll be around.
All right, Turtle. Y'all have a great day. And we do have I want to announce we do have I guess I'll convert my Q talk and my COG continuity of government space later. I am gonna do that today though. I am gonna do those. I'm gonna combine those two today, and we'll be talking about that at length. We'll have Rubber Duck in the building. We'll get some nuns in here, and then we'll also be talking about continuity of government. So hopefully Rob can come back. Hopefully Rob can come back, and I know Terrell will be in the building, Phantom will be in the building. Go ahead, Reaper. But I just wanted to promote that, and again, you guys, I mean, definitely turn on the notifications because they do that wacky, winky bull crap. Like when I'm on, y'all can't see I'm on. So make sure y'all double check all 500 of y'all. Check the notifications, make sure it's on. And when you come in here, I want everybody that's in here right now. As soon as you come in my space from now on, I would like for you guys to repost it because we got to play against the algorithm. A lot of people tell me they can't see our spaces. And as soon as you come in here, you know, repost the space if you can. And you can always unrepost it after it's over, but it's a recorded space. And we're going to be dropping some big time information moving forward, coming forward. Let's go to Reaper and then we got Truth. Um, Go ahead, Reaper, and then we go to Truth, and then we got Chavez.
And I have that video, don't forget.
I got you. Yeah, we're gonna play that in just a second. Go ahead, Reaper.